Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers, we will have your previews, predictions, headlines, and final thoughts. So hopefully you have your coffee ready, because coming up next is Double Take Sports Talk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Double Take Sports Talk. Welcome to the podcast with me, Darren Watts. Say hello, Darren Watts. That was the side of that.
All right, what's going on? My man, Darren Watts.
All right, what's going on?
Not too much, man. I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah. I didn't do anything with this.
I didn't think so. You mentioned yesterday you wasn't.
No, I wasn't, and I didn't. Well, what I am going to do, I plan to do other things, but I'm not 100% sure that it ain't going to be no cardio, I'll tell you that.
You're right. All right.
Shoot, I slept like a baby. I slept past my alarms, and that's how you knew right there. Shut down.
Yeah, shut down mode.
Shut down mode.
Shut down mode.
No more of that.
I know that's right.
No more of that.
Now to get back up and grind.
Gotta get up and grind, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do again in the morning.
All right. So on the docket, we have our normal routine, previews, predictions, headlines, and final thoughts. Ready to do it?
Yep. Let's rock this one.
Let's do it. Previews. We have the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals previews and predictions. Daryl, it's your floor.
All right. We're going to take a look at the Chicago Cubs matchup. Of course, the 58-52 Cubs going to be facing off against the 44-69 San Francisco Giants. That is going to be a 10:08 p.m. pitch-off at AT&T Park. The projected starters for tonight's game will be for the Cubs right-handed pitcher, Jake Arrieta. He is 10-8 on the year with a 3.88 ERA with 124 strikeouts. Last start off against the D-backs, the Diamondbacks, I should say. He earned 1 earned run over 7 innings, has a 2.08 ERA in his last 6 starts. And also, he was paired with new catcher Alex Avila. So, also to note, we'll make sure that Joe Madden might actually pair them up again because of that dominant performance. So, we'll see if that actually comes out to be in tonight's game. And for the San Francisco side, you got projected starter, left-handed pitcher, Matt Moore, not to mistaken with the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins that the Dolphins fans want out. He is 3-11 on the year with a 5.80 ERA with 104 strikeouts. Well, he could try baseball like Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
I can say that.
Yeah.
Matt Moore, again, feeling frustrated his last start when he allowed 4 runs in 5 innings against the Athletics. Of course, he is still trying to reach his first win since June 20th.
Mm.
That's almost 2 months.
Yeah.
That's almost 2 months. All right. A couple things to note for this game tonight. The Cubs and Giants have met in a 4-game series from May 22nd to the 25th. Because the Cubs took 3 of the 4 from the Giants in that meeting and won 9 of the last 12 against the team overall. As Matt Moore takes the mound, he'll be looking to end the streak that see him surrender 4 or more runs in 5 straight outings. and that streak is at least part in why the lefty hasn't collected a win since June 20th. As I just mentioned, it's been almost 2 months when he gave up 3 runs over 7 innings against the Braves. During Sunday's, this is something for me to note, during Sunday's news conference, Joe Madden noted that Kyle Schwarber would be out of the lineup Monday due to the matchup against the left-hander. The Cubs are slated to face off against 3 Giants left-handed starters, which, of course, meaning Schwarber, who is hitting .177 and slugging .355 against lefties, will likely make way for Albert Almora Jr., which he is .343 BA versus lefties for the .529 slugging. Smart move. That's all I have for the Cubs and the Giants preview. On to St. Louis. Darren, the floor is yours.
All right. Taking a look at the St. Louis Cardinals. They are reopening their I-70 rival, Kansas City Royals.
All right.
The 55-56 St. Louis Cardinals going up against the 57-53 Kansas City Royals. First pitch is at 8:15 p.m. Probable starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals is Carlos Martinez, 7-9 on the year with a 3.59 ERA and 151 strikeouts. Going up against the probable starter for the Kansas City Royals, N. Kennedy, 4-7 on the year with a 4.60 ERA and 92 strikeouts. What to look for in this game? Dexter Fowler is suspected to be activated from the 10-day disabled list, but is not sure if he's actually going to start or not. Salvador Perez is suspected to at least miss multiple weeks with a strained muscle. Excuse me. The Royals are expected to have, Drew Burter and Cam Gallagher to split time behind the plate. And lastly but not least, the Cardinals use 5 different designated hitters in their last 7 games, and of course, three of those was against Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. Mike Matheny did not mention who he would use as designated hitter for this series in Kansas City, just in Kansas City. Then are your previews of the Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants, St. Louis Cardinals, and the Kansas City Royals. And now let's take a look at the starting lineups for Chicago Cubs, San Francisco Giants, St. Louis Cardinals, and the Kansas City Royals. Predictions. Start off with the Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants. Darren?
I hope and pray that the Cubs win today, and I'm going to stick with them. But gut feeling tells me that the Giants going to win this game, but I'm going with the Cubs.
I'm going with the Cubs, too. I like the strategy that Joe Madden is going to use against the Giants, so that would bring more of an interesting series.
Yeah, it will.
So I'm going with the Cubs. I am going with the Cubs. And the St. Louis Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals are very interesting, but yet not so good series for me because I really do not like the Royals.
Of course not.
Daryl, who you got?
This is a 4-game series, isn't it? Or
This is a 4-game series. 2 in Kansas City, 2 in St. Louis, just like how the Cubs and White Sox did it.
I like St. Louis in this one. I like St. Louis.
I like St. Louis in this one too. I don't care. Kansas City is the better team. I like St. Louis in this game. I like St. Louis for all 4 games.
Me too there.
But last year, they took 3 out of the 1. Kansas City did. I expect that to change this year. I expect that to change.
You see a sweep?
Kind of. I would love to see a sweep, but I don't think it's going to happen. They might split the series at home. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That's our predictions for the Chicago Cubs, San Francisco Giants, St. Louis Cardinals, Kansas City Royals. Headlines from the NBA, the NFL, and the MLB. Darren, floor is yours.
All right. There are your headlines from the NBA, NFL, and MLB for August 7th, 2017. Just so everybody knows, there's absolutely jack on the headlines for NBA. Of course, you can check your local sporting states for information and updates of headlines of sports in their respective areas. Moving on to, I cannot believe that. Moving on to the NFL side, because I always usually have something for NBA. Always.
Yeah.
All right, NFL, of course. As of yesterday, Jay Cutler signed a contract with the Miami Dolphins.
And Will Walker is not happy about that.
I wouldn't be either. I wouldn't be
happy about that.
I wouldn't have been happy if they signed Colin Kaepernick, and I wouldn't have been happy if they signed Jay Cutler either.
It's interesting because a lot of people want him to go to the Colts.
Kaepernick?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's going to happen because Jim Irsay has a zero-tolerance policy about that national anthem stuff. He has a zero policy against that.
Didn't he get rid of Cromartie for that reason?
Yeah, they got rid of Antonio Cromartie for that reason. That reason alone.
Yeah.
Because he sat during the national anthem. He got cut.
Yep.
Point blank simple. So he has a zero tolerance policy against that. Trust me, I have a lot I would love to say about that, but I'm not afraid to get into all that.
Right.
Trust me, I do. I think it just needs to hit a reality point at some point, but
right,
not happen. So his deal was a 1-year deal worth $10 million. So hopefully that
$10 million.
Yeah, $10 million.
He's worth that much for 1 year.
It depends on the base of the contract. Now, he may not be guaranteed that money. He may be guaranteed half of that money. It just depends. Trust me. Now, Darren, I agree with you. I don't think he's worth $10 million. I really don't.
Cut that in half.
5? Yeah, I agree. I agree with that too. That I agree with. And plus, and a lot of media has different ways that Jay Cutler can't say the Dolphins season, but like I said in the last podcast, NFL preview, I don't think the Dolphins making the playoffs this year. Sorry, Will Walker, but I just don't think so. In that case,
He'd probably agree with you.
I hope so.
Yeah, he already said it's going to be another long season, so I don't think he's going to believe they're going to make it to the playoffs.
He's still going to root for him this hometown. But...
Just like how you rooted for the Cubs for the last 10 years before. No, the last 16, 17 years before they finally won the World Series.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It just happens like that.
Well, sometimes he may think differently, but I know, yeah, of course, Will Walker.
Nah, he going to root for him.
I know that, but I'm talking with the whole Jay Cutler deal.
Oh, yeah, he don't like the fact that Jay Cutler got signed a contract deal.
Of course. Let's see. Falcons quarterback Jalen Collins has been suspended for 10 games by the NFL. This is pretty interesting because he got suspended for 4 games last year due to the same policy that he broke and abused, and that was the abuse policy.
They just increased it to 10.
Yep, they just increased to 10. So he's going to be out probably till maybe the 2nd or 3rd week of November.
Yeah, around week 11, week 12 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
whenever November 21st games are going to be, or in between time.
It's right before Thanksgiving. Matter of fact, it is Thanksgiving.
It's on 21st this year?
And no, it's not the day of Thanksgiving.
It's the week of Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah, I believe it's the week of Thanksgiving.
Okay. All right. Of course, Derek Carr is aiming to win multiple Super Bowl titles. Darren, you agree with that?
I think it's a little too soon to say that you're going to win multiple championships this year. I think you could win one, but right now, just take it one year at a time. You far-fetching right now, man. For me, you good.
Well, for one thing, he has to stay healthy.
That's one thing, and the other thing is that he's not going to have a power running back like Marshawn Lynch probably after this year or next year. I don't know about
depending on how he feels. If Marshawn Lynch even feels 1 inch of a reason to retire, he's gonna do it. Yeah, so
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know.
I can't see it either right now. He still has a lot of work to do.
I believe he could win a ring.
Yeah.
And Super Bowl, but I don't know about that whole multiple thing yet.
Now I tell you what, I think he can win. If it was in that case, in NBA style, MVP, he could win multiple of those.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. So, now that I agree.
That yeah. All right. Ravens don't have a timetable yet for Joe Flacco's return, so they are still without a quarterback. So
no wonder why they getting desperate to sign Colin Kaepernick or talking about it anyway.
Yeah, they are trying to. They're trying to decide off of that. So.
Well, Joe Flacco feels threatened at this point. I don't see why he should feel threatened, but
yeah, what you say? 2-14.
2-14, and then on top of that, he's a distraction to a team where he's putting all this activity into entertainment where it shouldn't be. In my personal opinion, there's always a saying. There's a time for everything. There's a place for everything. That's just my personal opinion, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh, Darren, you really tempted me to say what I really want to feel about it. You are really tempted me.
I tried not to get into the
whole.
You
are tempting me because it just is. Gosh, I'm trying to hold myself. Okay. Moving on to the MLB. Of course, in our respective series from the weekend, St. Louis, did they win their series? I think they did.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1. And, of course, the Nationals won their series against the Cubs, 2-1. Red Sox win 6 straight. They swept the White Sox. And a couple of former players passed away this weekend. Darren Dalton had passed away at age 55 due to brain cancer. And Skipper Baylor passed away. Well, he died today. At age 68. He had struggled with multiple myeloma. Okay. I couldn't pronounce that, but yeah, thoughts and prayers to their families also. All right, that's all I have for the headlines for NFL, MLB, and NBA for August 7th, 2017. All right, final thoughts. Darren, you got anything for us?
Phenomenal.
Can't do it again, can you?
Always get to the last segment. Always. Forget it. No, I don't. I don't have nothing. I could have something, but we will be here all day. No, I have nothing.
What you mean by that?
This laptop. I'm not getting into that. Nothing.
I do want to touch up on something real quick before we leave. And even though you said your thoughts about the whole idea with Colin Kaepernick, I at least got to get some of that. I got to get this out. This is what I got to say about this. There's a lot of people that's actually defended Colin Kaepernick and what he has done. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's been on Facebook and Twitter, and, Instagram about, you know, what Colin Kaepernick is doing and why he hasn't gotten the job. And then you got Richard Sherman talking about his whole ordeal. You got 3 New York Jets quarterback that are garbage, and you can use Colin Kaepernick for that aspect. Okay, here's my thing about that. That's absolutely true. The Jets do got trashy quarterbacks. Point blank, period. I agree with that. But here's their problem. At least they're focused on football. What if you sign Colin Kaepernick into that league, to the Jets, and their season goes down with spiral? Because he's focused on other things.
Because I bet people are not going to invest their money if he's focused on other things. I bet people won't. They can talk all that smack they want to now, but I bet you they ain't going to do it.
Exactly. Because it's a business ordeal. Look at it this way. It's a business ordeal. There are things that we can't do on our jobs that has absolutely nothing to do with the business. If we did that,
there's a place.
It's a time and there's a place for it. Because I guarantee you this, while y'all sitting up there defending Colin Kaepernick, I want you to think about this. NFL has lost a lot of money off of this.
Oh, yeah.
They lost a lot of money. Yeah, they lost a lot of money off of this. Now, what if the NFL decided to send out a memento to all 32 teams in the NFL saying this? Due to the aspect of the national anthem and what Colin Kaepernick has done to the flag, we have decided that we are going to start cutting positions starting such and such season, maybe the 21-22 season. You know, wouldn't that straighten you up? Wouldn't that actually get you to the point of where, oh, okay, maybe we need to start seeing that, okay, this is rather a personal matter, and we need to actually start focusing on football instead of what we believe in. Because, like you said, there is a place and a time for it.
Mm-hmm. There's a place and a time for everything that we
It's crazy. It's crazy. And I just feel that it's just completely just going over people's head. That's why he ain't got a contract yet. He's too busy focused on the national anthem. He don't have respect for the brave men and women, the Navy, the Marines, the Army that has fought for this country. He don't have the respect for them. It's a whole different issue. This is why the people are standing up for the flag, for them, not for the justice system. They're two different things. But
yeah, you're right, Phil. You're right. And I know there's a lot of people out here that's just dumbfounded based off what they're seeing, what they're looking at, saying that this is a good idea for him to do this. It's a good idea for him to do it, and I respect what he's doing.
Absolutely.
But I'm not respecting how he's doing it.
And how he's taking it to the NFL.
Right. Take that out of there. That's not what the NFL is about. It got nothing to do with that. Yes, they salute to the the veterans, all of them. That's why they put a whole month out there in representation to them.
To Veterans Day. And Veterans Day?
And it's not for the police officers and all of them. It's to the soldiers. It's to them.
It's to them.
The troops. All of them.
All of them.
Well, there's wrong place, wrong time. There's a time and a place to do everything that you do.
That's like actually going to one of your family members' funerals and not paying respect to them.
You just, exactly.
You mean, is that how you really rolling with this? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
You're really rolling to this. NFL is a sports business entertainment aspect. People want to take their minds off what's going on with the justice system and political stuff. I do too.
And I can't even sit down and do that.
Exactly. You can't even do it. You can't even do it now because of what he's doing.
He took it all over to the WNBA, the NBA, and all them.
Yeah. He really just messed up everything that has an aspect of respecting the brave men and women of the troops. Crazy. Anyway, if there's anything else, we go ahead and get up on out of here. Yeah. All right. That is a podcast of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, you give this video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show, you comment on the comment section below. As usual, we're here. We also got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can reply to all of them. We'll reply the best way we can. But until then, I'm Darren. There's on the opposite side.
Yep.
All right. Catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, ciao.
Ciao.
Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Darren Watts. As many of you know, me and Darren enjoy talking sports and giving out stats, but we also enjoy entertaining while doing it. So with that being said, you can check us out on the social media side and get more involved in our podcast. We're on Twitter at DTST2414, or you like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. We're also on YouTube. Like, share, do what you got to do with that. Once again, we don't mind. Also, we are finally back on the podcast app for audio-only purposes for those who enjoy audio-only of our podcast. We're also on the blog, feature critical thinking of analysis, and you can check that out at doubletakesportstalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again.